Calls for a ceasefire are calls for Israel to surrender to Hamas, to surrender to terrorism, to surrender to barbarism. That will not happen. Just as the United States would not agree to a ceasefire after the bombing of Pearl Harbor or after the terrorist attack of 9/11, Israel will not agree to a cessation of hostilities with Hamas after the horrific attacks of October 7th. Calls for a ceasefire are calls for Israel to surrender to Hamas, to surrender to terrorism, to surrender to barbarism. That will not happen. But our common assessment of all of the, not only the cabinet members, but also all the security forces and the military, is that the ground action actually creates the possibility, not the certainty, but the possibility of getting our hostages out. Because Hamas will not do it unless they're under pressure. They simply will not do it. They only do it under pressure. This creates pressure. And again, we obviously greeted one hostage with open arms after yesterday's successful action by Shabak and the IDF. But we're committed to getting all the hostages back home. We think that this method stands a chance. It's a goal that we're committed to.
A disaster on top of a disaster. Health needs are soaring, and our ability to meet those needs is rapidly declining. So a third of hospitals are non-functioning, 71% of clinics are non-functioning. You've seen the numbers of 8,000 deaths, over 20,000 injuries, 1.4 million people displaced. So our inability to supply medicines and equipment to the remaining hospitals is vital, and now we've been cut off from that ability, if you like, because of the high security risk in the north.